Good evening. Welcome back to day 17 of the COVID cast. I am Henry Hushke coming to you from Traverse City, Michigan. It is Monday, March 30th, 2020. Today we're going to have another brief cast, but tomorrow is going to be my Talk Radio Tuesday, is kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to call it. So I'm going to be talking with some people tomorrow. But today we're just going to have a quick checkup on the numbers and see where we're at. So if we go to our Johns Hopkins case tracker, the big story, in my opinion, is that globally we have good news, locally we have bad news. So what do I mean by that? Well, my logarithmic chart here is finally starting to bend downwards. We are seeing a break in exponential growth, especially in kind of what was the second epicenter of this disease in Europe. Today we got super positive news out of Italy, I think. We've been looking so much to see those new case numbers start to decline in Italy because they've now been on their lockdown for over 3 weeks. So today we saw 4,000 new cases, which was a big step in the right direction. Hopefully tomorrow we see it in the 3s or even 2s would be good, or would be great. Obviously below that would be even better. So yeah, we're starting to see some effectiveness with these. We're kind of starting to see the curve come down everywhere somewhat. Even the U.S., it seems like exponential growth is kind of slowing. So pretty good news. Still growing, though. Total active cases still on the rise, and we're still not at the peak yet. So, yeah, worldwide, some good news. Italy did pass 100,000 confirmed cases today, so that's on the negative side. And Spain will likely be there in a few days, too. And I wouldn't be surprised if Germany got there either. Or really France or the UK. Or a lot of these countries will probably get to 100,000 cases. But for now, some good news. Although I suspect that this logarithmic trend will kind of start to kick back up as developing countries start to really hit the expansive spread in this virus. But that may not be detected through testing, so we'll see. However, locally today, we are seeing worrying trends. The state of Michigan today reporting its record number of new cases, 1,012 cases, and 52 new deaths today. So really, Michigan is starting to get hit pretty hard. And now we're at 6,498 total cases in Michigan with 184 deaths. So really bad in Michigan. And I'm still pretty confident that there is still significant spread occurring here in Michigan. And for those in the local community here in Grand Traverse County, we have some news today. So basically, as of March 30th, and I'll be posting this website down here for all of you who are here in Grand Traverse County. They have a website with COVID-19 updates. And today's update, Grand Traverse County is up to 7 cases, 2 new cases reported today. One thing to keep in mind is that with testing lag, again, from the time that people get tested, it's 3 days maybe right now until their results come back, at least here in Michigan. In other places it's quicker. But in Michigan, it's about 3 days between when the hospital sends off samples to be tested and when they get back. So you can imagine these are 2 new cases that came in 3 days ago. And the people who are getting tested right now are people who, basically are going to the hospital here in this area. So, they've been sick for a while and then they get really sick and they have to go to the hospital. So you can assume that, maybe it's a whole week before they even go into the hospital. So, that's what, a 10-day lag from when they even start showing symptoms or their first symptoms. So, these numbers lag quite a bit, so don't get a false sense of security. There are probably, if I had to bet, there's probably at least going to be over 50 cases in our county, unfortunately. Anyways, today, though, we're seeing community-acquired transmission. One case was a woman in her 70s who had no history of travel outside the region. So basically, it's likely that she got this just maybe by being in close proximity to a person who has it, or by touching a surface they touched, and they couldn't find any connection to the current cases we know of. So we have good evidence that there's community spread now in our region, just making it even more important that we continue to social distance here. And the other case is a woman in her 20s, who, based on the description, if I had to guess, probably came from Detroit, but I'm not sure. But she was self-quarantining. So, yeah, that seems good. So, again, just in our local area, we're seeing local transmission. Continue to be extremely careful here. So, I know it's a pretty quick update today, but tomorrow I am looking to bring quite a bit more for you. Trying to get like a 20, 30, maybe even 40-minute episode out for you tomorrow. So, I'm going to start planning that. I hope you're having a marvelous Monday. Stick with the social distancing. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And, yeah, have a miraculous, marvelous, magical Monday.